Hi, everybody. How you guys doing today? My name is Bruce McGee. I am a Plexus Worldwide Silver Ambassador, and I want to welcome you to my relaunch and a special edition of In the Pit of My Stomach podcast done to you here on the Weathered Soul Liberty Network and here at AJM Studios. As you can see, the background is my son's room, and we just have turned his room into a studio, and it's in his memory, and we just thank everybody for being here today. I am relaunching my business for Plexus Worldwide. It's a plant-based supplement and probiotic and whole body supplement company. We offer a wide range of products, and right now, just going to give you a short testimony about why I'm here. Is back in July of 2020, I was a part of nothing. I was just part of this pandemic, and I had met John Odermatt through a couple of different places. Number one, I met him online, but I met him through Lions Liberty podcast, and but for the most part, the reason why I was following him is because of the Lions Liberty podcast. But another reason why I was following him, he was interesting. He was drinking this pink drink, and he was drinking this pink drink out of a out of a shaker bottle that he had. And I got my pink drink right here. Actually, it's water today because I did my pink drink earlier. And I was really interested about what he was doing. For months, I was asking, John, what are you doing? And he wouldn't answer me. But finally, after a couple of times that I bugged him, he's going like, well, have you ever tried plant-based supplements and probiotics? And I said, no, but I would love to do something and try something. And at the time I had a podcast, and I still have the podcast called the Weathered Soul Podcast. And I was looking to do a trial because on the Weathered Soul Podcast, I do podcasts about news items and things like that. And a lot of people weren't trusting me on some of the stuff that I was doing. So I decided to do a 30-day trial on something and actually put it through its works. Make a long story short, I've had all kinds of health issues throughout my life. I've been an athlete all my life. I sit behind a desk, which is sedentary, and so weight became a problem. Motivation becomes a problem. Just being age has become a problem. And one of the biggest issues that I ever had in my life was I had a chronic indigestion, and basically, when I got the product, which was Triplex, which is a combination of Slim, a combination of BioCleanse, and a combination of this ProBio 5, it's the item that I ordered from him, and I started to take this 30-day trial. And what I was doing videos every day on my website. And I was, just testing this product out, because really I don't do anything without really researching anything. It drives my wife crazy, but I will not buy anything unless I test it all out. Well, I took the Slim and the first couple of days, the way John had told me how to do it, and believe me, it felt great. I mean, I actually felt like I was kind of re-energized, but that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for other things. I wanted a real sense of something was happening to my body. One of the things that I first realized after a couple of days of taking Slim is that I was able to pass by my boss's desk in the morning, because he had a great big bowl of chocolate that he always has on his desk, and I was able to just pass that by. So my sugar cravings, as John had told me, would go down. And because I still love my chocolate. I still love, brownies and cookies and everything like that. Who doesn't? So, but to be able to pass by that, not really think about it. I mean, mentally, I was going like, yeah, I sure would like that chocolate, but craving wise, I didn't need it. And it was fantastic. And that was one of the first things that happened to me when I was started this product. And then about 10 days later, I started taking the BioCleanse. Actually, it probably was even sooner than that. Probably about 5 days in, I started taking the BioCleanse. And BioCleanse, of course, is just what it says. It cleanses out. But it's not like, some of you guys that are 50 years old or something like that, if you taken, if you ever had one of those doctor things that you have to do, it's not like a blowout. It is very, very mild, mild cleansing agent that cleanses you out. And it was fantastic. It really was. I mean, things were moving anyway. Very good, very, very great. And just things were, like I said, they were doing well. The next thing I noticed was about day number 10, I started taking ProBio 5, and this was the probiotic. And after I started taking that, about 2 days later, I started noticing, number one, I was sleeping through the night. And number two, which is the biggest thing of all, is that I wasn't having any acid indigestion at all. And let me tell you, I've had years and years and years since in my early 20s that I've been having acid indigestion every night. I had acid indigestion so bad that it would sit me up in my bed in the middle of the night because, things weren't working right, and it was so bad and heartburning. So what I was doing in between there is I was taking these little pills, these purple pills. And these purple pills, they're only made to take, there's 14 capsules in one of these bottles. And the reason why there's only 14 capsules in one of these bottles is because you're only supposed to take one a day. And if you take one a day, that's 14 days. And then you're not supposed to take them anymore for about a month. Okay. Well, I started taking these. They started making me feel better. But the problem is that as soon as I stopped taking them, a couple of days later, I need to start taking them again. And I was supposed to wait a month at least to not take these. So I'm swallowing these like Pez dispensers every day. And it's not good. And a lot of people still do it. And it's really, really bad for you. It really is extremely bad to you. So on top of that, what I was doing was I was taking these. And I'm taking these. I started out with the little bottle. And now, I went to Kirk, I'm a Costco guy, so I go out and I get the big mega bottle now, and then all of a sudden I'm taking those along with this little purple pill, and I was fine for a while, and then all of a sudden it wasn't fine, and the same symptoms kept happening and happening and happening. Now I've been on this triplex system since July 15th. So we're close to getting to 9-10 months or something like that with how long I've been taking it. And I'm not saying that my heartburn is all the way gone, but I'm sleeping at night and I'm not being jumped up in the middle of the night because I still eat like a man eats. So, I mean, if I overeat, of course, I'm going to have acid indigestion every once in a while, but it's nothing. And I mean, absolutely nothing like I was having before. I'm able to sleep at night. I'm able to, I can feel the digestion of my food better, only because the gut is the flora in my gut. The garden in my gut has been fixed by this plant. I mean, this triplex plant. I cannot express to you the relief that I have. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And for somebody like me that has been struggling with that day in and day out since I'm my early 20s, I'm 61 now. It's a godsend to be able just to sleep at night, just to be able to get, at least 4 hours of sleep at night, because, I'm an old guy. I wake up in the middle of the night, but it's not like I'm waking up with that burning sensation in my chest and in my gut. And, the bad sensation you get. And if you've got acid indigestion or acid reflux or anything like that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So it was really, really just important to me to be able to take care of that. And now I'm feeling great. I mean, I have lost weight. Number one, I've lost 12 pounds in the last 10 months, which is fantastic. I've never been able to lose 12 pounds and keep it off. I mean, it's been off. I've lost 12 pounds before, but I've gained it right back. And not only more important than that, I was a size 40 in pants when I started this. I'm down to a size 35. That's 5 inches. That's 5 inches of pure weight gone off of my body, and it hasn't come back. And I haven't been, I haven't been dieting like, most people say. I haven't been in the gym because COVID's, cut everything off and finally we got gyms back open, but I haven't made the transformation back. And I'm looking forward to even losing more weight and more inches with just being on this plan. But the fantastic thing about it is that I've lost those 12 pounds and I have not at all, not 1 pound have I gained back. And it's all because of this Plexus product. So that's my testimony, guys. And I'm here to tell you right now, I'm relaunching my business aspects to Plexus Worldwide. I'm looking to increase customers. I'm looking to increase people that want to work the plan with me. I've got a couple of people with me that have started me out. Number one, John Odermatt and his lovely wife, Nicole's with me right now. We're going to put them on the screen. And I just want to welcome them here. Welcome, John and Nicole. Again, you guys have graciously given me this opportunity to move forward with this plan. I'm so happy you guys are here. John, you have been just my rock. You're the guys that I go to when I need some things answered, and Nicole has always been able to answer those questions when I needed some support. And we've got a great team on top of us, and we've got a great team under us. And I just want you guys to know that I appreciate you guys being here. And man, I can't wait to get started here. So just go ahead and introduce yourselves and let them know why you're with Plexus and what made you come with Plexus.
Yeah, well, thanks for having us on, Bruce.
Thank you.
And I mean, I'll introduce myself first, and then my lovely wife can introduce herself. But so yeah, I was introduced to Plexus by Nicole and through my sister, Amy. And this was, I want to say 4 years ago, maybe 4.5 years ago. I'm not very good with time and things like that. And we'll get into our story and really how Plexus has changed our lives. And I think it's kind of interesting to note, Bruce, you're talking about, the first impact and the biggest impact you felt along with the weight loss was with, indigestion and acid reflux, things like that. That's something that I personally have no experience with. And the benefits that I felt, I also have had weight loss, but other than that have been totally different. So I think it's interesting to hear how Plexus is able to help people in different ways, because
when you take the same products too.
When you're taking the same products. So I'll let you introduce yourself.
Sorry. Hi, I'm Nicole Odermatt. I'm John's wife. And I know Bruce said that John is his rock, but he's my rock.
She's my rock.
Anyways, so we've been married 8 years now. And yeah, it was 4 years ago when we started the products. At the time, we just became new parents about a year before. So our daughter was about a year old when I first heard about Plexus through his sister. And she posted her video. It's a YouTube video. She posted her story sharing, and I think it's like a 5-minute video. It's not too long. She shared how much the triplex system that Bruce was just talking about, especially the probiotic in it, but she takes the whole 3-product system, has helped her irritable bowel syndrome that she had dealt with her entire life. And obviously
100%,
John knows because he lived with her, growing up. And we won't go into a whole story because she tells her story in the video, and it's amazing. And when when we heard that something helped her so much with her stomach issues, I mean, I thought there's definitely something to it.
And also I'll just add there on top of that, like she's my sister, she's a personal trainer background, degree in exercise science, and she's always been very specific about what supplements she takes, and won't take anything unnatural, things like that. Ingredients.
Yeah.
So I've always looked to her. We both have for recommendations on what supplements to take,
nutritional advice, even mom advice, any kind of things like that. So when she recommended something like that to me, I thought, okay, but at the time when I first learned about it, she was sharing a little bit about gut health, which I wasn't as familiar with yet. And I had taken probiotics before, just along with medication when I was taking antibiotics, which I'll get into that in a second. But honestly, I was just hoping to get out of my maternity pants at the time. I had, been in maternity pants since pregnancy through, my daughter being a year old, and I was ready to switch, but I didn't want to buy the next size up was my problem. I wanted to go back to my old clothes. So I thought, what the heck, let me give this a try. Maybe maybe I'll feel more comfortable in my clothes. And my other main goal, sadly, was I was hoping I could just eat more ice cream, eat more junk, and not feel as guilty about it because, you're balancing your body more. Okay, so if I take this good stuff, all this bad stuff, doesn't matter as much maybe. And then I also had heard about the carb blocker that Amy was sharing about. And I thought that is what I need. I need a carb blocker because this mom likes ice cream. And you guys, I would eat ice cream twice a day, every single day, sometimes maybe 3. I ate candy from morning until midnight. And that's not a joke. I always had it on me. And when I used to work in restaurants, I was the candy girl. And if I didn't have it with me, I was running across the street to like CVS or Walgreens and grabbing more candy because I had to have it. And I had a stash to share with people, but I also had a secret stash that I did not share with anybody because I had to have my fix. So, I know Bruce talks a little bit about the sweets thing. That was not something I was looking to give up. I had never had an intention of giving up sweets or anything like that. If anything, I wanted to eat more. So anyways, ended up getting started on the triplex, like Bruce talked about. And what I had found was it did many more things for me than I had expected at all. And first of all, at this time I'm getting started, but we heard about it. And then about 6 months later, I finally decided to give it a try. So my daughter was 1.5 years old at this point, and I was still dealing with postpartum depression. And when it first started, it was like, okay, this is the baby blues. It's going to go away. This is, just something I never expected. I saw the brochures for postpartum depression and I thought that's not going to be me. I threw it away, pushed it aside, shoved it. And I was like, no. So, and I don't know why, because I had depressional tendencies, I would say before, nothing I was ever medicated for, but I don't know why I pushed that away. Like that would never be me. I was very naive about it. And as I was experiencing it, I almost was like in denial about it. My doctor had given me a prescription to take. I even had my daughter's pediatrician say something to me about, going to get checked out or, whatever, just you don't look well and things like that. And I don't think I was passing those surveys that they give you at the postpartum checkups where they ask you about your mental health. And so anyways, it was just something I just was like dealing with, and obviously probably pushing a lot of it on him and my mood issues and just the crazy anxiety I was feeling. That I had some anxiety before having a baby, but once I had once I had my daughter, it just really went through the roof with me. And it was just this thing weighing on my chest always. And I just could never feel like I got out of that feeling. And I still only deal with just a little bit, maybe here and there. Now it's nothing like what it used to be. And then the postpartum depression, like basically any depression feelings, I don't really have anymore since being on the Plexus Triplex and adding in Vital Biome, which is another probiotic I take in addition to Triplex. And I did post about that earlier, the Vital Biome. So please check that out if you deal with any mood issues, anxiety, stress, things like that. It really helps. But yeah, it's not an overnight fix. I got started with it and continue to take it every day, every month. And if I don't take it after a certain time period, you start to notice, okay, I need this. This is what my body needs to be balanced. So those feelings that I had, and honestly, before I got started, I was praying for something to change. I can recall like nursing my baby and rocking her to sleep and just crying my eyes out while I'm holding her and literally having no idea why I'm crying, no idea why I was upset, couldn't explain it. And so that was just one of those things where I prayed for a change, and I had no idea Plexus was going to be that answer to my prayers later on. And in hindsight, now I see that was the answer to my prayers. And that wasn't one of the first things I really noticed, though. That would be something I noticed consistently after taking it for a while. But in the initial time period of taking it, probably one of the first things I noticed was just being more regular going to the bathroom. And we talked about his sister Amy. We had opposite spectrums on the stomach issue, scale, I guess you would call it. she was going too much. I was never going enough. I was not regular. I was only going once every couple of days, which is, I know, embarrassing or TMI, but I know there's someone out there probably dealing with, this stuff.
A lot of people.
Everybody poops. So I'm going to talk about it.
A lot of people, these are some subjects right now that, a lot of people just don't talk about. And to believe me, these are subjects that we should be talking about, because these are the subjects that keep compounding themselves daily and yearly in our lives, and then they affect our bodies
Our long-term
in bad ways
health.
as you get older. I mean, that's I found this a year ago. I'm 60, so I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was using Band-Aid fixes like Miralax and stuff like that, which
there's the one I was going to say. There's the one post you made in the pit of my stomach group today that has the tree,
the roots,
and it has all the branches coming out, that's all the symptoms. And we're talking about the different symptoms. Bruce was talking about the acid reflux, Nicole dealing with anxiety, stomach issues. Myself, I had no energy. And I thought that was normal. I just thought you get over 30, you just lose your energy, and you feel like crap. And it's the symptoms, and you put Band-Aids on it. You drink a bunch of coffee, you take Miralax, you take Tums, all these different things. But it's below the surface. It's our bodies that are out of balance.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we can look at this one that you had posted for me, Nicole, and we're talking about all these different diseases that we have. And let me go back and just say that there's all kinds of things that actually affect our lives throughout our lives, and we just put Band-Aids on them, and we allow our doctors to put us on medications and things like that, which to me, a doctor is there to help you, but in the most part, he's just trying to put Band-Aids on you too, to make you feel better. If you need to go and get any kind of specialized medicine, then you have to go to a specialized place. If you got cancer, you go to a cancer doctor. If you've got weight problems, you go to a weight doctor. If you have allergy problems, you go to an allergist, and things like that. We're not telling you, number one, that anything is going to be a miracle cure for you. In fact, these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. I need to say that before we go any further, because that is a fact. And John has made me very aware that not any kind of homeopathic, any kind of supplements, any kind of probiotics and things like that have not ever been evaluated. Any of these therapies and stuff like that, no matter what you're looking through as far as a broad spectrum of even using Tums or even Nexium. I mean, it does not cure anything. So, but what we're trying to do here is we're trying to make people aware of the selections that they have of products out there. And to me, hands down, all of my life, I have never seen or had anything like Plexus has affected me. And I know that both of you guys have testimonies, and just keep on going, because I just need to get that out of the way. But I needed to let everybody else know that it is true. These products have affected my life like no other products has ever affected my life.
Yeah, and I talked about earlier, John shared these products with you, his sister shared them with us, and that's why Bruce is sharing them with all of you that are watching this too, because he cares about people. I know that. I know his heart. I can see it. And if someone didn't share this with me and I didn't attend, and I actually attended an event sort of like this, and I got to hear other people's stories and read about the products. If someone didn't share that with me, I may not be where I am right now. Maybe it would have taken me longer to find Plexus, or maybe I wouldn't have even started it. So, just keep that in mind. If there is something that's maybe bothering you with your health that you're struggling with, anything like that, just keep an open mind. It's just something to look into, and definitely a great option. And just, give it a try. And I don't know if he had mentioned it, but there's a 60-day money back guarantee on all the products too, which that was something I leaned on when I first started it. We didn't really have the extra money in our budget to really start a whole new regimen. Mm-hmm. So for me, it was like, I was almost cringed ordering it. And, but I leaned on like, okay, I'm probably going to ask for my money back, so it's fine. Well, I didn't really want my money back because I liked it so much. And, it was actually kind of funny. I shared my first order with my best friend, and she came over and she had her little Ziploc bags, and I poured half of the pills and the pink drinks into her bag, and she took it home. And then we were like, well, I guess we like this stuff. Let's order another one. And so it's just, it's been a blessing for us to be able to bless our friends and family with it too, and have, hear so many wonderful things that they've experienced as well. And Plexus focuses on, healing, getting to the root of the issues. Like we talked about the root, get to the root of the issues and start healing the gut and everything from the inside out. Kind of focusing on inflammation, gut health, blood sugar. That's really the root of most of our health issues that we deal with. So, just keeping that in mind. And I won't go into too much more, but just wanted to say, before Plexus, I not only was like addicted to sweets and all that, and even I forgot to mention sweet tea. I drank like it was water all day. I'm not interested in sweet tea anymore. It was never anything I wanted to give up, never intentional, but over time I just started not craving it. And I'm not mad about it. Now I'm glad I don't crave it anymore, because I used to get a ton of cavities. I used to just obviously I had chronic headaches all the time. I wasn't going to the bathroom. I was using sleep pills, not prescription, but like over the counter, like Tylenol PM and stuff like that to go to sleep at night. If not, it took me literally 2 hours to fall asleep. So now I can, and this is one of the most amazing things to me, to be able to lay my head on the pillow and fall asleep within 5 minutes is like, that's crazy. My whole life, I've never been able to do that. So between that and not wanting sweets anymore, not caring for them, I can still enjoy them if I want. But I'm not, a slave to all that stuff anymore and to all that. So I'm glad I have my Plexus. Probably my favorite products are the gut health plus the active drink, which is John is drinking right there.
That's easy. Every time I see him now, he's with the active drink. He used to be the pink drink before, but now I see him with active a lot. I just wanted to say something before I let John go ahead and give his testimony, but there's one thing that has helped me out with Plexus products and the triplex, specifically the triplex system, is it taught me exactly how to hydrate. And let me tell you, I was never one to drink water, but it has trained me only because of the fact that, I started out with the pink drink in the morning. If you guys have seen any of my morning drives, you know that I drink the pink drink every morning when I'm on my way to work, even before I get my coffee. But one of the things that has helped me out, and that has helped me out through the vast support group that we have, believe me, Plexus Worldwide, and the groups that I'm involved in through you, Amy, and John, and Amy Morton, and Sarah Taylor, and Amy Mick. Just incredible the support that we have. And the one thing that I learned right off the bat was hydration. And let me tell you, I've never been a guy to drink water, but now my main drink all the time during the day is water, and I water down every day. And believe me, it makes a huge difference. And just one of those things that you will learn. I mean, I've done things from intermittent fasting to I haven't done the exercise programs yet, but one of these days I'm going to get on it and help you guys out along with the exercise challenges that you have. But just the wealth of knowledge that the group has, some with a little bit of knowledge, some with a vast amount of knowledge, and you can get it all in these groups. And that's a part of the caveats that we have when we get involved with Plexus and things like that. So I mean, there's, like I said,
so much support. Yeah.
There's
you
so much
have a question, just put it out there in the group, and there's always somebody that's going to answer. Maybe 50 people,
Like, yeah, exactly. And I mean, we're talking quick. We're not talking like, an hour or so. We're talking probably, a couple minutes. All of a sudden you're getting feedback on your stuff, you're getting links to the information of what you need. Nicole, I've asked you several times for advice and stuff like that. Bang, you give it to me within 5 minutes. And it's just incredible, the amount of support. And I just want to add that in. And so you're sitting there, John. And I just wanted to let you know that you're the guy that brought me in here with your pink drink, and now I see you with the active. I can't wait to do active as soon as I just spent I just spent my perks on the on the Acta, or the what was that, X Factor Plus. So the next one is going to be active. And how did you get all involved? What's your testimony there, bud?
Yeah. So I started pretty shortly after Nicole did, and like we talked about before, and my sister Amy Morton posted her her story in the group today talking about IBS. So I had seen positive changes already, and this is after with my sister Amy seeing her entire life dealing with IBS and struggling with that, and knowing different things she's tried, different diets, trying to eliminate gluten, trying to eliminate different things, trying all kinds of different probiotics, and seeing Plexus, and specifically the Plexus Probio 5, be the thing that made a huge difference and essentially eliminated all of her symptoms. That opened my eyes immediately. Now, like I said, I didn't have the same issues, but to see it solve that problem, it really grabbed my attention. And then seeing with my wife Nicole, and seeing some changes in her, and I started pretty quickly after. So her she was still being healed, and hadn't seen all of the positive effects yet when I started. But so I had an expectation that there would be something that happened, that I would get a positive outcome, which I was lucky to have that, right in front of my eyes. But the problems that I was dealing with, for the most part, and at the time I didn't realize it, but I was overweight. I was at my heaviest weight that I'd ever been, and I'm a bigger guy, taller guy. I'm 6'5", so I can spread it out a little bit more. But when you look back at pictures, comparing then to now, I mean, you can see a big difference. But the biggest thing is, at that point in time, I'm 34, 35, whatever, something like that. And like I talked about a little earlier, I just had no energy. We had our daughter was much younger, and I just remember getting home from work and just feeling like I had nothing to give, just sitting on the couch, just feeling like a slug, really, just kind of sitting there, looking down on the floor at Ruby crawling around or walking around or whatever she was doing at that time, and not even having the energy to get down on the floor really to play with her. And I'm just like, oh man, this stinks, getting old. Now I know what people are talking about, getting old. This is it. And that is true to a certain extent. A lot of people do get like that, but it's because, we're really getting these bad things in our bodies, be it the diet or pollution or too much sugar or different things like that. Antibiotics, the things that put our body, our gut out of balance, out of whack. So when I started the Triplex, which is Probio 5, BioCleanse, and Slim, I didn't know really what kind of benefit I would get. I just knew that something was wrong. And you can see it comes in a nice little box there. It's our monthly gut health subscription box that we get. I just knew something was wrong. And something that sticks out of my mind, is burned into my mind, is before Plexus, I was diehard coffee drinker. I still love coffee. I still drink coffee every morning. I will never, ever give that up. I actually have a coffee business too, which I love. But I would drink coffee the entire day. When I say the entire day, I'm talking 9 a.m., 10 a.m., lunchtime, 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m., right before I got in the car to drive home, drinking my last cup of coffee. And I would still be falling asleep at the wheel driving home, which is really scary. It's something that you hope no one ever deals with, but I would have days when I'm just driving home exhausted and just literally hitting myself in the face just to stay awake behind the wheel. So I started Plexus, and a couple weeks go by, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it is. First thing that I noticed was I'm driving home from work I'm like, wow, I feel good today. Man, I wonder, did I have extra coffee? What is it? What happened? This is something different. And I'm like, could it be the Plexus? Could it be the pink drink or something? And it kept happening. Another day, and I have energy. Then I realized, wait a minute, I didn't have any coffee after lunch today. That's weird. Why didn't I have coffee? I guess I didn't need it. And it just kind of, over time, I realized that I didn't need more coffee, and natural energy just kind of came back. So that was the first thing for me, which was huge. And if that was like the only thing that changed, that's massive to have energy back. Because what that led into is it led me into having energy to, get back into working out a little bit, and having energy when I got home after work to, play with my daughter and spend more time with Nicole and be engaged. And, when I'm actually sitting there at dinner, not feeling like I'm falling asleep, but being able to have a conversation, things like that. And I won't go into my full story, but I'll just say, at the end of, not the end of things, but update to today, I'm still taking Plexus, but I've lost, all told, 45 pounds.
Nice.
I've gone from being inactive, just feeling like junk, to being really in the best shape of my life. I'm about to turn 38. And when I was 30, I thought, wow, this is gonna be rough. If this is 30, I don't want to see what 40 is. Bring on 40. I'm ready for it.
Well, 60's feeling pretty good for me now. So,
yeah,
but you know what? I have to add to my testimony too, because the same thing happened to me. I'm only a coffee drinker in the morning, and thank you for your coffee business, because it's a great coffee business, and that's a story for another day. But to tell you the truth, I was driving home, at 3:30, 4:30, in the afternoon, and basically having to slap myself in the face to keep awake. And I've got about an hour commute from Santa Clara to Gilroy, California, where I'm at. And I had to come up a million methods on how to keep myself, awake during that time. I mean, of course, I'm a musician, and I sing and stuff like that. So I'd turn on the radio and sing. And that was the one thing that would get me, riled up enough to stay awake and stuff like that. But since I've been taking Plexus, I swear to you, as God is my witness, is that I haven't had to do that one time. And it's incredible. All the caveats that you get that you don't even think about. I mean, I could probably sit here and think about all the things that have benefited me, and come up with something new every day that has benefited me by getting my gut and brain in check. And that's something that we haven't talked about yet, is that the gut brain kind of connection that we're having. And I kind of want to touch on that next, because that's one of the situations of why we feel the way we do, and why people that are on the Plexus program right now aren't feeling that, because we do have our guts in balance. And I know Nicole's a wealth of information on that. So is John, is a wealth of information on it. That's why I have them here, and I would just like them to touch on that. But first of all, what I want to do is I want to share two pieces of testimony that people under me that have bought Plexus from me, because believe me, all I've done was share this information with my friends, and it's been incredible for them. And I want to share something from Mary G, from San Jose, California. And she just went back to me, and she told me this. She goes, I've been waiting to give you an update on my progress. I've been taking 1 MetaBurn, 2 BioCleanse early in the day, taking another Meta in the afternoon, a pink drink before dinner, and 2 balances after dinner. At bedtime, taking 2 ProBio 5s, and I've also been weaning myself nightly off the omeprazole, which is this purple pill, for about 2 weeks. She says she's lost about 10 pounds. She's drinking my water and cut way down on my sweets, and I can only manage about 2 meals a day because I'm not really that hungry. That's huge for somebody who has been struggling like me with those problems. And then there's one more from Rhonda T out of Meridian, Ohio. She says, I'll say that BioCleanse is a definite #1 lifesaver for me. And I'm telling you, she had a problem with going to the bathroom. I mean, let's talk about it straight up. She tried everything, and BioCleanse is the only thing that has been working for her. And it all has to do with the gut brain connection. Why don't you give me an update on what that's all about?
Yeah, I love to hear those testimonies, first of all. But yeah, so, and I had spoke a little bit, about my mental health testimony, and it's Mental Health Awareness Month, by the way. So, there is basically a nerve that runs from the brain to the gut. So the gut and the brain actually communicate. So that's a gut-brain axis. And 90%, I think it's 90% of your serotonin lives in your gut. It's produced in your gut. Mm-hmm. And that is, the feel good. Serotonin is like the feel good hormone. So if that's not working, if you're not getting enough of that, you can imagine you're not feeling good, right? You're not having those, that dopamine, that, what is it called? Epinephrine, serotonin, all those things are produced in the gut. So it's very important to increase your, first of all, improve your gut health, increase good bacteria in your gut. And in turn, that will help you, with your mental health. By no means am I saying like, if you're on medication, stop your medication altogether and take Plexus.
No, we'll never say that.
Yeah, work with your doctor. There have been, what I will say is we have seen, some friends that have been able to wean, down, like lower their medications that they were on. Once starting the triplex and the vital biome, some people have been able to get off their medication, or some people like me were never medicated before, but had found a natural, holistic solution this way. And so, always, have a chat with your doctor, show them the ingredients and the products that you want to try. And, honestly, talk to a pharmacist, because they're going to be the best bet in terms of what is in a supplement and what's in your medication, because a lot of doctors actually aren't trained on supplementation and ingredients and things like that. They can, write a prescription and all that, but they are not really trained. Most doctors are not trained in supplements. So really your best bet is to call a pharmacist. And also your pharmacist will answer the phone right away, and they usually can give you the information really fast. Call a doctor, who knows when they'll get back to you.
And if you have a good one,
that's a really good point. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a good one too, that we asked all kinds of questions, having, before Anthony passed away, he was on dozens of medications, and we always did our research and stuff like that. So, we had a really good pharmacist who would sit down and tell us exactly what was in this and exactly the side effects and stuff like that. They're very knowledgeable, and they do know about supplements, and they do know about vitamins and stuff like that. So that one of the things I wanted to interject in there. So, so a lot of people that I get that have a question about it is that they really don't believe what the gut and the brain actually do together. But I have been trained so far in what I've found in Plexus to really help me understand about how that works, because we actually have a gut flora in our guts. We have a garden. I talk about gardening all the time on my podcast, and there is a garden that we have. There's not only can you build a garden in your backyard, your garden has a garden that helps your garden to grow. Well, you know what, your body has a garden too, and your body is full of bacteria. Trillions of bacteria, not only inside your body but outside your body also. But internally, that gut is producing bacteria. It's growing bacteria. It's also growing yeast, and it also just works interactively with your whole body to send signals to your brain, and then your brain sends signals back to the organs and stuff, that those ones that give you those cravings, those ones that'll give you those skin conditions, those ones that'll give you those sensations that you have all over your body. And a lot of it is done by your gut. One of the things that you did today for me, Nicole, as I made you a part of the Independent of My Stomach administrators, is that you've been posting a lot of posts, and I took advantage of doing one of the ones where you were talking about a healthy gut versus a leaky gut. And I want to talk about a little bit about that. I'm going to put it up right now so we can take a look at it, and you can tell us what this all means.
You can do that.
Or John,
in a nutshell, and I can't really read the small writing here, so I'm not going to try to read it. But what happens with your gut? And just to go back to something that Bruce said before, you were talking about the trillions of microbes and bacteria. A lot of people don't know this, but we are more bacteria than we are human being than we are man or woman. We're more made up, which is crazy to think. We're more made up of bacteria than anything else. That's what makes up our bodies. Our skin has a microbiome,
Right.
everything like that. So if you kind of think of that, how easily that can get out of balance with everything going on in this world, it's very easy for it to happen. And essentially what ends up happening with leaky gut is the lining in our gut, the lining in our intestines, is that through, over time, through an overgrowth, through fungus, through antibiotic doses of antibiotics, which it can take through one dose of antibiotics. It can take your gut, if you're not supplementing, if you're not, really proactively trying to balance. I think it's the science behind it. It can take a year for your gut to recover, which is crazy. What that spirals into, that can lead into anxiety, depression, things like that, or a skin issue, other things like that. And then you start putting more stuff on top of that, and it can really compound pretty quickly. But what happens to the leaky gut is things that should not be leaking into your system, that are going through your digestive tract, end up seeping into your bloodstream. And the comparison they use is the healthy gut works like a cheesecloth, only allowing the nutrients to go through. And this can actually kind of work like two ways. If you have gut health issues, there's the leaky gut, which is that cheesecloth gets some tears in it and some rips in it that lets some food particles and other pathogens and bad bacteria and yeast to go through. That's bad. On the other side of it, there's people out there who might say, well, you know what? I eat a really healthy diet and eat a bunch of vegetables, so I really don't need to work on my gut. And the thing that you got to watch out for there, you might see someone who is in great shape and they work out all the time and they're a marathon runner, but they might have other health issues. They might eat clean, other health issues. And what happens there is they might not be getting their nutrients, because if you have a yeast overgrowth or fungus issues in your gut, that can cause like a hardening along your digestive tract that don't allow those nutrients to seep in through your gut, through that cheesecloth. So the cheesecloth can either get leaky or it can get clogged up.
Exactly. So you can have the two different dichotomies going on, and that's very, very, very prevalent in what a lot of people understand. Whether you're a vegan or whether vegetarian, whether you're just a meat eater like me, because believe me, I say this to people all the time. I lost 12 pounds in the last 9-10 months. I haven't really changed my diet, but what the Plexus program has done for me is that I haven't changed my diet, but I've changed my portions, let's say. And I haven't changed my portions because I'm eating smaller portions. I'm getting smaller portions because I started noticing that I wasn't eating all my dinner. I wasn't eating all my lunch, or basically what I do have a good habit on. And before I started Plexus is when I was working out. I was actually on a diet where I was eating 6 meals a day, eating 6 small meals a day. And the reason behind that, there's a metabolic reason behind that, because if you have a full stomach all the time, then your metabolism is working all the time. But one of the things that happens with that is that if you have leaky gut, or if you have the gut that has a lining in it that's just letting the nutrients go through, you're not helping yourself by doing that. I mean, you might get the benefit of losing the weight, but as soon as I stopped doing that, my weight went back up. I mean, I went from 215 up to 235, and now I'm back down to about 217 now, and I've been maintaining that right now, and I'm just waiting for actually my company to open up their gyms back up because it's a lot cheaper. But to get back to the stomach thing, it's really, really important that we understand. And once you get into Plexus and you get the support group, you start to understand what your gut is actually about, what that bacteria and your body, which is full of bacteria, is about, and why it's there, and why we need it to work together, and why we need it to be a healthy and not an unhealthy biome. The yeast thing has been a godsend. I mean, if you've been following me on any of my social medias, you've seen my toes. and, and believe me, I was, like I said, I've been an athlete. I played baseball for a while, played softball for a long time. I was a skier. I would just be hammering my feet. And believe me, I have not had the best toenails, forever. And I've just been paying attention to that because that's one of the things that me and John had a conversation with when I first started Triplex. We were talking about the yeast overgrowth, and it's virtually gone. I mean, it is virtually gone. I mean, my toes have never looked better. I love wearing sandals, and now I'm not worried about people looking at my ugly toenails. So, I mean, but it's just it's one of those things that people they don't like to talk about. They don't like to talk about their complexions. They don't like to talk about their skin tones or what's going on with their skin. Maybe their feet, maybe their hair, whatever. I'm not saying that it's a miracle cure for everything, but what I am saying is that we've got some therapies out there, and let's quit looking at the medicines. Let's quit looking at all the different things, and let's start looking at homeopathic ways of being able to do things for our body. And the one thing that I noticed about Slim, about the Triplex system, is that there's no scary words. And when you find a scary word in the ingredients, you can go to Google and you can Google that, and 99.9% of the time, you're going to find something that's completely natural and non-synthetic. And that's what turns me on about Plexus. It's just incredible. And like I said, I've never had a more positive experience with a product that I've tried network marketing. And believe me, I've been in a couple of network marketing things, and this is the one that sticks with me. And so next thing that I want to do is that we're looking for people that are interested in the products. We're looking for people that are interested who want to try Triplex, want to try Slim. They want to get rid of all these symptoms that they have, and I really want to know what's the next step for everybody who's listening in today, or anybody who's going to be listening into this recording. I really want to know what's the next step, because you guys can take me through it, and I can take you through it too. But why don't you go ahead, Nicole, because you're the one that gets us going here.
Well, the first step is, if you've seen anything on this page today, or heard anything in this live that you feel like you can relate to in any way, I really encourage you to contact Bruce or, one of us or whatever. If you feel comfortable commenting on one of the posts, please do, because we're here to help. We're not here to just push something on you and just to sell you something and be done with it. This is an informational event for you to learn more about ways that you can help yourself, and we want to help you. So the first step is just saying, you have a question, or there's something that you may be related to and you want to hear more about it, and we can send you more information. We have these very awesome detailed information sheets on each product. So if you're concerned, I'm on a medication, I want to see what's in this product, or I want all natural ingredients and I want to see what's in them, we all have the tools. We can send you a link real quick that will literally list out every ingredient, what it does, and what it's sourced from. And it's awesome. So there's that. But we have several different ways you can get started with Plexus. You can become a customer, and there's two ways for that. There's a retail customer, where you just want to do a one-time purchase. You will pay the most that way, and it does not say, or you have no subscription, basically no monthly subscription. The other customer option is called a preferred customer. It's just basically a customer that has a subscription. So say you want to get started on the probiotic. You want just one or two products. That's ideal for someone that just wants to be a customer. If you're just ordering a couple products, if you put it on a monthly subscription order, you will get a discount for doing that. And if your subscription runs for 4 months or more, you'll start to earn an additional discount on top of that discount. So it's a pretty great program with that. And then there's the ambassador route, which is you get wholesale pricing. You have a membership for the year to get you the lowest prices. And then you also have that referral link that will be attached to your account. You can choose to use it or not to use it. It can just sit there and not earn any money, but you do have the option to share about Plexus with your friends as well, and earn cash on every single referral that uses your link. And you can build a business with it, or you could just make some fun, extra fun money on the side. I have a girlfriend that just makes a little extra money by sharing with a couple of her friends and family just to get her hair done and her nails done every month. So it could be just as small as that, or it could be,
or if you want to pay get your
bills.
Products paid for.
Yeah, or get your products paid for.
Yeah.
The other thing that you get with that ambassador wholesale membership is you'll also get free products. Basically, every 3 months, you'll earn a free product that you can just add to your monthly subscription, and you get to select whichever one you want. So over the course of the year, you'll actually earn at least $120 in free products if you have a monthly subscription on. So lots of benefits, and we also get paid on our own products as members, as ambassadors. So if you, order, a certain amount each month, you'll actually get a percentage paid back to you from Plexus just from ordering your own stuff without even having any customers. So, there's options. If you just want to get started with one thing, that's fine too. If you want to do the business, we're here to run with you and help you do that. And honestly, this business is something John and I never planned to do. However, before we got started in it, we were looking for, an extra, stream of income. We were looking into residual income, but we didn't think it was going to be in this form at all.
True, yeah.
So,
we thought we were going to open a laundromat.
Yeah, we did. We had all these different ideas. We had several different ideas that we were thinking about doing. And this kind of came accidentally. And like I said earlier, this was not in our budget. And at one point I was just kind of, me being in my emotional state that I was at that point, I just remember being really upset, crying, thinking, I can't pay for this. I can't buy something for myself, just being a mom, this money needs to go for diapers and stuff like that. Like, why am I spending money on this Plexus? And John had said, this is helping you. We need to order this. Yes, we're going to continue ordering it. And then after that, I had started to share with my friends on Facebook, and accidentally started a business because people were interested. People needed solutions to their health problems that I was sharing with them, and they found them. And basically that first handful of people that had started with me are still taking these products 4 years later, and some of them sharing them with their friends and family. And so it ended up building into a business that I ended up enjoying, never thinking I wanted to have anything to do with network marketing. And now I realize that Plexus does it the right way. They are amazing with their training and with their support, like Bruce had said. And there's so many avenues. You could just do it a little bit. You could go all in like I am now, because I love it so much. And I've built so many friendships. And, we haven't paid for our products for almost 4 years now, at all. And not only that, we have been able to pay off my car. We have paid the monthly mortgage with it, pay the groceries, things like that is all paid for. And then some, and I have money to go on trips and stuff for Plexus. So it's just been a blessing, and we'd love to bless you guys with that too, if that is something you're interested in. And I also want to mention there is a free membership sale. It ends tomorrow on Sunday. What's today? Saturday. It ends tomorrow on Sunday, Mother's Day. Is the free membership deal. The membership costs normally $39.95 for the year. That gets you all those benefits I talked about, the lowest prices, the free products, all that stuff. But it is currently in the month of May, it's only $9.99 for the membership. But today and tomorrow, we are offering that membership for free. That will be paid for you. So you will basically join for $0 to get that membership. And then that gives you access to what's called a welcome pack, which is a discounted, basically special first order pricing as a member. And you'll get a bundle of products, 3 products or more, bundled at a really low price for you for your first order. And then, of course, from then on, you'll still pay the lowest ambassador pricing. So, so just wanted to share that with you guys, that little special. And I am going to be doing, you'll see later, there's going to be a post that we are doing something else special for the first 2 people to join or order. Maybe it's just, you just want one thing, that's fine. Or you want to join as an ambassador. We do have a special deal for the first 2. And that will end in a couple days. So I want to make sure you guys knew about that.
Great. Well, I just want to add on to the screen here. This is the group that me and Nicole and John are in. They're all administrators of mine. Plus, I'm the one that started the group. It's called In the Pit of My Stomach, and that's the name of this podcast. And all you have to do is in this little search box on Facebook, if you're there, just type in the Pit of My Stomach. and ask for entrance into the group. And what I'll do is I'll go in there, ask you a couple questions, and get a hold of you once you do your request, and I will more than likely bring you in, because the incredible thing is that we've only touched on 3 products, maybe three products. And we've got to talk about Vital Biome, which is my favorite now. And, there's such a variety of products that we have. We have probiotics. We have plant-based supplements that you can take. We have whole body products, lotions, and pain relievers, things like that. It's incredible the amount of products that we have, and we can't touch it all on it in an hour. But you have an opportunity here to get yourself some holistic products, get yourself things that are just completely natural. And I'm all about natural, because I'm tired of putting synthetics into my body, and things like this purple pill, things like these Tums and stuff like that. I hate them. I won't take them anymore. And because I've gotten this, I've gotten these products, and now I believe in these products. And nowhere that if you wanted to try this business plan, are you going to be able to launch your entrepreneurial aspects for the price that they're asking you here at Plexus Worldwide. It's just incredible. Man, if you want to do that, like I said, contact me, leave me a comment. I have an email address. It's called info.inthepitofyourstomach@gmail.com. I'll put that up real quick, but this is what I use for my other contacts. But you can go to info@inthepitofmystomach@gmail.com, right under here where it's at right there. You can get me there. And I'm just sold on these products. John and Nicole, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you guys with this relaunch. We had some people in the room. I want to thank you guys for being here and watching us as I try to relaunch my business. I know that I'm going to be going forward. I already have an ambassador in my hands. I got to work on her. As soon as I get off of this podcast, I'll be contacting them. They're interested in joining Plexus, and I'm so happy for her. And we'll be introducing her really soon. And we're going to be starting doing this In the Pit of My Stomach podcast every week, or as I can do it. I'm filled up with my other podcasts and other things that I'm doing. I've got all my hands in different kind of jars right now, just kind of like John and Nicole do. John's got all kinds of different things that he's doing, and just what you need. If you need residual income, we're the place to come. I mean, it's great. I really haven't worked any more than sharing this situation, taking an hour out here and there to do a podcast, maybe sharing my morning drive with you guys. If you subscribe to just, go to Bruce McGee and be my friend, and you can get the morning drive every morning.
I love the morning drive.
Yeah.
The morning drive, and it's a great little podcast. I give you information. Sometimes we get a little far to the left or a little far to the right or whatever, or I'm talking about Plexus, but most of the time I'm just talking about Plexus, and just it's incredible to have this opportunity with you guys. I thank you guys for relaunching my business for me. I'm going to be working hard, and I know that you guys will be working hard for me and there for support. And that's why I had you guys on, because like I said, both of you guys are my rocks, and you are the people that give me the information. And if I can't get it from you, somebody up will give it to me too. But John and Nicole, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. This is Bruce McGee here from In the Pit of My Stomach, and I love you guys, and I can't wait to be selling you Plexus Worldwide and helping you out with all of your wellness needs. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us
See
on.
you. Thanks, Bruce.
Okay, you bet. We'll see you guys next time that I post In the Pit of Your Stomach. So we'll talk.